Liv, we are back with our Real Talk segment. How are you, my love?
Oh, I tell you, I don't know if I can go out with you anymore, Lee. You really know how to keep me on the dance floor. That is for sure. I'm still recovering. How long ago was that now? A couple of weeks? I need to get into more training. I've lost my match fitness.
Honestly, and it's one of those ones as well. It was actually watching a Real Housewives show, and the mum was saying, "Okay, so I get more drunk as a mother than I ever did in my 20s when I was out, because when you're in your 20s, you go out every week, so you're match fit for drinking. When you're a mother, you go out like or a father or whatever it looks like, you go out once every blue moon, and so you have a couple of wines, and it's just like next level." So
next level, and we got very, very excited. Yeah. And you did start our dinner with the tequila shot. So there's only one person to blame here, and it's you.
Just to spice things up, you can always count on me. Actually, I don't think I told you.
God.
So for those listening, Liv and I went for a dinner which escalated into a bit of a boogie on the dance floor.
Dinner,
and
bars.
And then ended up at Crown Casino, where we had some friends there who were playing at the tables. I don't think I told you, Liv. Once you left and I was about to leave, one of our mates that we met there, he was like about to leave, and he rolls the dice on one of the tables. Is like, all right, one more roll of the dice, and we'll see how we go. He won $600. He goes, "Thank you very much. That's just paid for like my night. Happy days." I'm like, I should have rolled the dice as well. Maybe I could have won too. So how good's that?
Anyone knows. That is amazing. Now I kind of wish that I stayed.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, anyone who has been to Crown Casino after, 2 a.m. knows what a seedy joint that was. And I just remember looking around going, what am I doing here? And I think I just ran. I didn't even say goodbye. I smoke bombed out of here. Mark and I were going out for a nice lunch the next day. So I also didn't want him to give me the silent treatment the whole way to the restaurant in the car for an hour, which I ended up having to close my eyes and just meditate because I was not feeling too great.
I can't.
You always do this.
What did you all fresh for your date lunch, and you like wrecked yourself with me? Hey, it was worth it.
Right. I had a sparkling wine, and I was back to form, and I tried really hard to just be really present.
Yeah. Put on that smile, girl. No, awesome.
God.
Speaking of good times, we had sort of a bit of an idea around chatting about children's parties, because I feel like these are next level, some of them, and very different to the way we grew up. Like, what happened to the McDonald's parties? Are people still doing those? Like, do you know?
Well, I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was like, were there just not play centres around when we were kids?
Maybe.
Or I don't know. But yeah, the times of the Macca's party, or just the pass the parcel at your house with, a Women's Weekly cake. I'm sorry, they're long gone. We're now like 3-tier professional cakes. Whether it's at a function space with like balloon garland, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars on these balloon garlands. Tommy and Harry's birthdays are coming up, and I could not feel more stressed about it. Yeah. I honestly just feel like... And the worst thing is Tommy's like caught on to this. He's like, "Mummy, my party and this and that, and I'm going to invite these people, and we're going to do these, and I'm going to have a Spider-Man cake, and then Paw Patrol are going to come." And I'm like, what? You're a January baby. All your friends are going to be away, mate. Sorry. Oh, God.
Maybe the year after. Yeah. Literally, though. And I wonder if
who else is feeling the pressure?
100%. And I wonder, like, with these Instagram-worthy birthdays, is it also because we didn't have social media, so you couldn't, like, compare? Whereas now it's like, it doesn't all have to look so beautiful because it's, Instagram-worthy.
Who are we doing this for?
And I think we're doing it for the parents.
Are we doing this for our kids or our friends?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of cool with that. Like, if it's a good party with then I'm down for that for the parents.
Yes.
And maybe that as a first birthday. But when it's a third or fourth or fifth birthday.
It's like a lot. Did I tell you about, so there was this one party And so I should, for context, my little kid Noah, who's in ELC at a school up the road, it's a private school. And so I also wonder if there's a little bit of that kind of keeping up with the Joneses bit going on where everyone's a little bit extra, but not everyone, sorry. But I think, these are people who I guess, are happy to invest a little bit in a children's party. And there was this one particular party that we went to, which was in South Melbourne. It was in a warehouse, and it was like a converted warehouse situation. There was a full stocked bar. I'm talking about like high-end whiskies. I'm talking vodka martinis, Belvedere please. Like, what are they?
Oh
and then
gosh,
they had on the other side, literally, I'm like, Jesus, I shouldn't have driven. They had like caviar. Right? They had like on one section of the warehouse was like, and then they had like all these actors and stuff with the kids and face painting and this, and go over there for the jumping castle. So the kids are preoccupied. The parents are drinking caviar and freaking champagne. And I'm sitting there going, wait, this is like a 4th birthday party. Like, okay, so my backyard party, it's like I'm not going to be able to put any of this up, but and each to their own, right? Like, I don't actually feel overly ashamed. I would not be able to do that. I enjoy it.
Kids' parties are judged. Like, we're judging right now. We know that we're judging because this is just like a whole new world that I was like, I don't know, like, what's right and wrong and what I've got to do. Like, what boxes do I have to tick here?
Yeah.
And is this more about me worried about what my mum friends are going to think, or should I just kind of work out what my kid wants?
Honestly,
I'm trying to balance those two things.
100%. So what has been? So that was the most extra party I've been to, and then I've also been to a couple of the play centres and things like that too, which have been great. But I feel like mum's generally running around stressed out of her head because, oh my gosh, and where's this, and did we have this here, and it is about the kids. But I'm like, oh god, that looks really stressful. We actually haven't done a big birthday party for either of our children. So I don't know, what's your take on it all?
Oh, my take on it all is that somehow we've just made this bigger than bigger. Really? I don't know. Like, Tommy just has an expectation now that he's going to have a party every year. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, buddy. Like, I want to start a rule that, maybe it's every second year because the expense, it's whether you have it at home or have it externally, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of dollars that, anywhere between 30 and 70 I've seen, per kid. At some of these external play centres and science spaces and various other things. Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I kind of go, good on you. If you want to really throw a good party that all the kids, have a great time, good. But are they going to remember it? Like, I don't know.
And the other thing is...
I'm losing a bit of sleep about this.
Yeah. It's interesting as well. From your experience... Have you been to more parties where it really is about the kids and the parents just sort of hang at the back and it's all just kid focused? Or have you been to a lot where it is a beautiful backyard barbecue, for example, but they've got alcohol for parents to enjoy as well? Like, what's been your experience?
This is very funny because I'm about to tell you what I think I'm going to do for Tommy's party, right? I've had this brainwave and it will be the parents' party. So I'm like now contradicting and falling into exactly what I'm kind of feeling frustrated by. Yeah. What has been my experience? I reckon early years it's definitely about the parents. And we know that first birthdays are all about the parents because... Well done. You survived that crazy first year. Yeah. Where now, if I think about Tommy's parties now, which we're going into, 4-year-old parties, they're definitely more about the kids. Like, typically they're at a play centre. Yep. Hour, 2 hours, great, outsource it, put your credit card down, pay it, no mess. I'm here for that. Yeah. We're the outsourced generation too. Like, if I could pay $400 and just have it for 2 hours at a centre and I don't have to clean up my house and have 25 snotty children in my house, like, I'm going to do that every day of the week. Yeah. Whereas our generation growing up, we didn't do that. We went around to our friend's house. We played pass the parcel and hide and seek and dead fish. I don't know, whatever. We used to play. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just a change in how we do it. But anyway, I was talking to one of my mum friends because this is mum group, so all the kids are obviously born around the same time. So we have, every weekend, we have a birthday with almost the exact same kids. Oh, wow. So we said, how about we join forces and have a party of both of our boys?
Right.
And we'll invite all of the parents. We'll pool our money.
Yes.
And, do a thing at someone's house. And,
I love that.
Stock the bar. Because it is really nice to have parents there too and feel that they can... I mean, it's not going to be an all-nighter, but, for 3 or 4 hours, if people can, have a wine and just hang out, then that might be a nice thing too.
Yeah, I love that.
That's how I'm trying to sell it anyway.
Yeah. And also an opportunity to get to know the other parents. I don't know, like, have you found, and I think we spoke about this a few episodes back, but around, is there a lot of organisation for the parents within, let's call it for the kinder that little Tommy attends? Are there structured events for parents to get together, or do you find that you're getting to know people through birthday parties? What's the,
Bit of both. Like, the kinder functions are a bit like networking functions, right? Like you go there and you're standing in the corner like, all right, I've got to enter a circle and start talking to someone.
It's like that, yeah.
What class is little Johnny in? Like, it's hard work. Like, you've got to get out of your comfort zone if you're not someone who, finds that easy.
Yeah.
So we've met a number of contacts, or we find that when we go to the functions, we tend to talk to the parents that we already know, who we've known for many years, and we've just ended up being in the same kinder and same group. So
is it at the kinder or where?
A lot more of the networking.
Networking. Where are the events?
Parks.
Okay.
Community halls.
Yeah.
I'm actually organising the trivia night at the moment.
Oh, cool.
If anyone wants to come along to the Winston Hills Preschool Trivia Night, October, going to be a great time.
Game on. I'll bring the shots. I'll spice up the party.
Tequila will be served.
Yeah.
No, it's not that kind of. It's not that kind of function.
Yeah.
It is BYO nibbles and BYO drinks, though. So I'm hoping one of my friends brings a bottle of grappa. Yeah.
For these events, is it predominantly for the parents? Is there alcohol, or is it more like tea with biscuit? What's the vibe?
They're definitely not private school early learning centre functions.
No, I'm curious. Yeah. She says that. Well, Liv says that because all the private school ones are basically alcohol and waspy mums. But I continue.
Yeah, I'm like, it sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
No, typically they are in the park at 5 o'clock, 5 to 7 with your kids, which is super nice.
That's nice.
Because then you can match child to parent, because I don't often do drop-offs and pick-ups. So I don't know who belongs to who, let alone Tommy. So it's kind of nice to have everyone together, and Tommy says, oh, this is little Johnny. And I'm like, hello, Johnny, and hello, Johnny's mum. Like, that's really fantastic. And then, the event that we're going to have in a few weeks will just be parents only. So
okay, that's nice.
And hopefully an opportunity for people to connect and let their hair down and, move around the room to, build some connections. You hear so many stories of, people meeting, whether it's through mother's group or kinder or school. Like, it's so important to have, these, activities to be able to come together and find who you vibe with and strike up new friendships. It's just another, moment that matters in our lifetime, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
To build more friendships.
And it makes you feel more comfortable when, little Tommy's like, oh, I want to go to so-and-so's house. You're like, oh, I feel comfortable. I know who the parents are. Like, I think, it just breaks down barriers, right? And I asked the question more because, if there weren't opportunities like that within kinder, for us at the school, we've actually got sort of like social coordinators as well, similar to you've got like a board or whatever that you sit on, a bit of a leadership group that coordinates things. We've got a similar thing. And often it will be, the mums sometimes will get together and go for a lovely dinner down the road or whatever it looks like. And it's just a good opportunity to get to know people on that level without the children as well. So a little bit less of a distraction point. But look, I also wonder if parties are becoming more about the parents, that's my experience, because people just want to get to know who the other parents are.
And maybe this is another post-COVID thing. I was actually talking, I was at a party this morning, kids' party at a play centre, great time, and I was talking to one of the mums who was saying her second-born child, who let's say is maybe 2, 3, she's had a completely different experience just trying to network with other parents. She has just found it incredibly hard through COVID because you haven't been able to go into centres and meet other parents, let alone the teachers. So that network that you felt with your first child who's a bit older, it's entirely different. So I thought, it made me think about my own experience because certainly I don't have any friends through Harry yet. I mean, he's 18 months. He hasn't really made any friends. He can't even talk and tell me who his friends are. I feel like maybe just as a result of Mother's Group and just through the daycare that he's attending, that we probably had a few more friends.
It's a good point that you make.
I just think it's interesting to kind of think.
Absolutely. Tell me as well, what are we doing for presents these days? Like, how extra do people go? I'm like, I often do the puzzle and the book. Like, I try to keep it a little bit educational, but I don't know.
Clothes, puzzle, book, boring. And Tommy's like, no. For the party this morning, I gave clothes. She's my goddaughter, so I'm allowed to give clothes, and I don't have a daughter, so I'm always going to buy cute girly clothes. Yes. But Tommy was really distraught that we were giving her clothes. Like, he thought we should.
Boring.
Like, Mum. And, he's got his long list of all the things that he's going to ask his friends for his I don't know. It's what you think's sensible.
Yeah.
Right? But, again, the judgment, the own stress that we put on ourselves about, is that enough or too little? Or, I mean, I don't know the rules.
Oh, I don't know the rules either.
Try and guess at what you should do.
And it actually just, what comes to mind then was we had a play date not so long ago with one of the boys from school, and I went to that. So I was like, cool. The idea was I was going to go to their house and we are going to have a bit of biscuits and a tea. That's what I thought it was. What? Right? Yeah. Said that really clearly, didn't I? That's what I thought it would be. So I went to Baker's. I picked up a little scroll. Off we go, Noah. Off we go to the house for the casual play date. I get there. The table is like a freaking Martha Stewart spread of goodies. These beautiful things from this bakery and it's like the scrolls and I'm there with my baker's scroll that's squashed from the car, and pressed, and I was like, that's for you. And I'm looking at it. I was like, oh my God, had I known, I would have, gone and brought a bottle of champagne. I'm like, God, I'm so out of the loop with
so much pressure.
Isn't there? And she didn't care. The mum didn't care. But totally. And she wanted to do that. And that was so lovely. And I so appreciate the generosity. And not to say that every play date's like that, but I guess the point I'm making is that sometimes you get caught out and then you go, oh, Jesus, okay, so next time do I bring 70, scrolls from the place in Hawthorne that the bakery that's been around for 50 years, but then you bring that, imagine you bring that and then they've got the baker's bun, so
I'm going to go back to you do you, right?
Totally.
And it should never be about, and this is where, it's a scary thing if we're starting to go around the biggest present or the most expensive present or the biggest party and the most lavish event.
Yes.
That we've lost the whole point around why we're doing this.
Yeah.
This child has had another lap around the sun and we're celebrating this child rather than extravagance and material things.
Yes.
I just think that's got to be what we kind of centre ourselves back into.
100%.
Yes, we want our kids to have the best party and just be filled with joy. Absolutely. But I think we can probably just bring it back a notch. And I think, we've got a hot, I mean, my fridge is full with party invites at the moment. But I said to Tommy, we're just going to go to Target and I'm going to say, pick out a few toys and, what do you think that little Sam would like?
Yeah.
Probably buy the same present because that's the kind of person that I am. Everyone will know if Tommy's coming to the party. This is what Tommy gives you. But it'll be within our means and it will be aligned to our values and what we know about that little kid and
ultimately
knowing the parents, they'll be thankful. They probably don't even care if there's a gift, right? But the kids
that's
care.
Right. And that's the thing. Ultimately, we are our biggest critic. Like, so here I am thinking, oh God, for example, I brought the baker's scroll. I could have given more. And that's just a more of an analogy for like gifts or whatever. She did not give, and it's similarly if I had a extravagant birthday and, so-and-so didn't bring a gift, I wouldn't care. But it's amazing the judgment we place on ourselves and, how critical we can be around our actions. And I think you're right. We'll just pull it back to, this is just about the kids having a good time. You mentioned invites, and I think this is a good one as well. Are you inviting like the whole class, or do you exclude people? Like, what are you going to do?
I'm going to invite everyone.
Oh, wow.
Because Tommy started to do a thing of so-and-so's not my best friend. He's obsessed with who his best friends are. And it's quite a small group of boys.
Okay.
And I'm already starting to think, oh, God, I can just see this gang forming and they're not being inclusive of other kids.
Yeah.
And now I've started talking to him about more children or, names of children who are not part of his gang.
Yes.
He's, probably a month ago he was like, no, they're not my best friend. Whereas now they're allowed to come to his party. Yeah. Not everyone's going to come, but just in terms of doing the right thing, yes, there will be additional costs, but, values of being inclusive.
Yeah.
And, I would hate for my kids to be excluded from a party.
Yeah.
And also, I don't really know who Tommy's friends are other than the gang. So I feel like I'm better to just invite everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably everyone from his kinder class.
Yeah.
So, for Noah, his ELC, and then daycare. I will do, he's been going there for a while, so I kind of have a greater sense of who his friends are.
Yeah,
I think that's how I'm approaching it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
From daycare too, and end up with 50 kids. But also, I can't afford a party for 50 kids.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to just do what,
See, this is what happens. It's like a spiral of, God.
Okay, so I'm going to add
Christmas is cancelled, kids.
I'm going to add to the complexity. Okay, so tell me, I don't know if this is just something that Noah's class is doing, or if this is just a commonplace thing. Do kids bring, how back in the day you'd bring your $3 cake from Woolies, to your classroom. It's like, yay, it's my birthday. And at daycare, I must say for Charlie, I did that last year, brought a little cake and they were wrapped. Yeah. But at Noah's school, that you give gifts to everyone in the class when it's your birthday. And I'm not saying expensive gifts, but so literally.
Say that again. You give a gift.
You give a gift to
so
each
you'll be
child.
That it's Sam's birthday next week.
Yes, and so
it's Noah's party.
Oh, so yes, so it's Noah's birthday.
Noah's birthday,
and Noah
you gift all the other children.
Correct. So basically, I have received bags of toys. I've received these amazing. Some mum went extra, and this beautiful book that's by this author, you would know it, really well known, and it's a really beautiful book. Every single kid in the class got the book.
For those people who can't see me, my jaw is on the floor right now.
I was like, is this a thing? Are we doing this? Are we gifting?
No.
And then they had a party. Oh, okay, right. So it may be a bit of a special.
You were going to tell me that you weren't allowed to bring a cake. And I was like, mate, remember I told you about the peanut butter? It's the same. You eggs and stuff. I thought that's what you were going to say. Not the gifts.
No, the gifts. So the birthday boy or girl would gift the entire. And look, sometimes it's but beautifully presented, in a little box with it might be a colouring in book with a special pen and then a special notepad thing.
Do?
I'm feeling the heat. I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna
Time's a ticking. Time's a ticking.
I'm like, Costco. Is there anything at Costco I could buy that in bulk that Amazon. I feel like I need to buy it now for November though, because by the time it arrives, but I need 30 of them, Liv. I need 30 gifts.
Oh my God.
And I have to say, I don't.
You've just turned a whole heap of parents off ELC. If this is what they have to do, I think they're like, no thanks. Not another thing for me.
It's a commitment, literally. So, and I don't know. Look, to be fair, I'm not sure if every single, you choose, right? But it has been quite commonplace in his class that he's come home with gifts before, and then an invitation.
Nice.
I'm love that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you might be handing out little, erasers to each child from 20 cent little erasers or something that, that mum found at the reject shop. But hey, I guess we have to give gifts to everyone. So here's your gift.
Oh, wow.
But
I
yeah,
wouldn't
it
feel
really
that
interesting.
pressure.
Yeah.
No.
So can we start looking for
No,
volume?
no.
If anyone has any ideas who's listening, a volume purchase, I'm thinking like, I don't know, a couple of bucks a gift, you know. Stickers is good, but I'd have to like tie them up in a beautiful little bow or put them in like a box so they look really legit, like high end.
Something else and
like maybe fluff it up with some
card?
tissue
I don't
paper
know.
and just put the stickers, the
Yeah.
$2 stickers on top.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is, you know, I don't know.
Nice.
These are the realities sometimes that, you know, and you, again, you do what you feel is right. But yeah, I certainly am I'm pondering that thought around whether I will take this up as something I will do for Noah and the class.
So the parties that you've been to, have you walked away with a lolly bag?
Oh, this is, yeah, good.
Or
Okay. So yes. Lolly bag, but not so much lollies, more like little, like less lolly, like there might be a Freddo
They
frog.
have another name.
Oh, is it?
I feel like they're like party bags
Oh,
now.
okay, of course they are.
Bags.
That's a lot more politically
Because,
correct
you know,
almost.
Sugar.
Yes. Yes.
Don't want to give little Johnny sugar. So,
Exactly. So do you?
Now they've got like stickers
Yeah.
and bubbles and
Yeah.
we did party. Any party that we've had a party bag, which might have like one snake, one Freddo, and maybe one other sugary treat.
Yes.
I've seen some parents like raid through it and pull it out.
I love that.
It works. But then I put like little bubbles and some stickers and I don't know.
So even that, it was so much easier back in the day to just like get a fun, you know, a little, you know, Cadbury Dairy Milk fun pack of chocolates and whack them in a bag and you're done. And now here you are going off buying bubbles and stickers and this was all like the Costco stuff.
Like they're looking for the
Freddos. But you know,
my kids are anyway.
Yeah, so am I. But it all adds up. So I guess it's, you know, you do what you feel comfortable with. But I just feel like the party pressure is on heat right now. Like,
I really struggled for Tommy's last birthday to buy the 3-tiered cake. I got a quote because I was like, this year I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And it came back at maybe like $350 or something. And I was
wow.
like, $350.
That's the cost of the party.
For 15 3-year-olds who don't even enjoy red velvet flavouring or even know what red velvet flavouring is. So I went to Safeway and bought two $20 cakes and they had that dripping icing and I stuck them together and I put some sort of toy on the top of it and I was like, done. I love the cake.
I love that. Okay, that's a good hot tip for those. Yeah, for those listening. Oh, I'm down for that.
Safeway cakes.
Yeah, how good are they as well?
Together.
Oh, the best.
Yeah,
the kids don't know any different.
Massive amount of sugar. Kids loved it.
Bouncing off the walls as they left. Happy days. No, I love it. Well, honestly, good luck, Liv, with your party planning, because I think what I've concluded with mine is that it won't be this year. We probably won't do a party. I might hold out. What I am hoping as well is by next year, I'm hoping that we've moved into our new home. I don't know what that's going to look like yet because we're still searching. But if we do, I have no news. Just, you know, ideas, vision board, you know, all of that. But anyway, so I'm hoping that, you know, by the time Noah's 5, which will be next November, maybe we do kind of a bit of a bigger 5th birthday party. And so at that point, I'll be where you are right now in contemplating who the hell I invite and how extra I go and whether I smash 2 Willie's cakes
Jumping
together
castle,
or not. So.
Ponies, lots of champagne,
face painting.
That's what I will expect from you next year.
Pressure's on. I'm gonna compete with caviar, mate. I'm gonna start saving now.
Oh God, boy, fun times. I'm coming to your parties. Much more fun.
Maybe I'll be the black sheep and just have the party pies and be like, yeah, guys, just changing it up a bit, you know, going a bit more old school,
Very
authentic.
So good.
So
Don't need a cheese
good.
platter. Just need fairy bread. Just
No.
need fairy
And
bread.
some 4 and 20 pies and some extra sauce. Happy freaking
Sausage
days.
rolls.
Yes.
No
I think
snakes.
they knew what they were doing back in the
Time.
day. We're just gonna stick by the old rules, right? All right,
Yeah.
guys. Well,
And I'm actually going to do pass the parcel.
oh,
I'm doing
do it.
Pass
That
the
is
parcel.
that
So
is
fun.
so. What would we say when it's like,
We're
that's
going
so
retro. We're
vintage.
going
Yeah,
retro.
it's so retro. I love it. All right, Liv.
Yeah.
Always good to chat. We'll speak again soon. See you
you.
guys.